everyone. So today I kind of want to jump on and show you guys a little bit more in depth of how I draw my patterns in AutoCAD. And the previous video I posted was a really quick version of this, and this one's also sped up just to kind of chug it along a little faster than normal, but still gives you an idea of all the basics that I go through to build these patterns. So first things first, I found a sample image of something I kind of want to loosely base this design on, and it's honestly something that's been in my mind to draw up for years. And so I saw it and figured, you know what, this has all the architectural quirks of it that I want. Let's sketch it up. So the first thing I want to do is kind of expand it to be a 1:1 scale, which just means I am scaling the image to fit a 6-inch embroidery hoop, because ideally that is the size that I want to stitch this sample as. So from here I have the size of the image scaled. I have a 6-inch circle thrown in there, which it represents my hoop, and I just go ahead and start using some polylines to build out the sharp edges of the buildings and clean up those lines. I'm able to kind of draw in some horizon lines to aid me in the design of this, to kind of better mimic and get this nailed down perfectly for my architectural OCD friends. From here, I'm just going ahead and trimming up these lines, which is a great feature in AutoCAD. I use that fairly often with my day job. And here I'm using a Spline Tool. This allows you to kind of freeform draw lines. And I decided, you know what, I kind of want to include this difference in character and color of these shadows. So again, I'm going in with the Spline Tool, drawing in those abstract shapes to kind of best mimic this sample image and give this overall pattern and some more detail and clarity. So next up, I decided to work on drawing up these very intricate lines within this door. And I figured, you know what, if I can actually embroider them, I'll be able to do a single strand stitch to kind of give that definition of contrast within the shadows. And here I'm going over some of the structural cacti, and I realized that the color difference between the spines and the spokes is very tiny, but I still wanted to kind of mimic the cactus as best as I can. So I decided to go in and kind of just pick and choose the best way to mimic those darker hues and contrast, so that when I do build this as an embroidery pattern, it's a lot more legible and easier to stitch. So from here, I'm going in and adjusting these lines. Like I said before, these are splines, which basically means they're kind of swervy lines that I have the ability to adjust those curves on. Once I have the final draft built in CAD, I export a PDF so that I can then bring it into Photoshop. From here, I'm able to select the exact colors from the sample image to kind of build out a colored template that I'm then going to take and build my pattern with. So here I'm choosing the different colors, using the wand tool to select the areas of which I want to fill. I'm bringing in and building different layers within my Photoshop file so that I have the standard line work that I brought in from AutoCAD. I have a colors layer, which is what I'm going to be filling these shades in with, and then that sample photo. And for myself, I like to have an all white background, which is that very last layer titled BG, and that kind of helps send all the color to the front and be stronger, so that my eyeballs, when they're tired, know what they're looking at. Now, if any of this is interesting to you or you want to learn more, go ahead and comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you would like to learn from me, and kind of how I mesh my landscape design job with my hobby / small business with embroidery.